Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. The 2016-2017 NFL season is now underway, and so are things here on Monk Spot. I'd like to take the time to thank everyone who stuck with the show in its first year. We're going another round, so let's make it a good one. It's time to kick things off with their weekly game day matchups. As usual, we'll preview a couple of big games happening this weekend and shot a little insight on what's to come. Here we go. Our first game holds two new-look faces at the quarterback position. RG3 and the Cleveland Browns will travel to Lincoln Financial Field to take on Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. RG3 is no stranger to playing his former division rivals and will come into town with a newly revamped offense featuring rookie wide receiver Corey Coleman and former quarterback turned wide receiver Terrell Pryor with new head coach Hugh Jackson at the helm. The Eagles just dealt a shocking trade with the Minnesota Vikings just 10 days before the start of the season, acquiring a first and fourth round draft pick for the 2017 NFL Draft, while the Eagles gave up their starting quarterback, Sam Bradford. Now they expect rookie quarterback Carson Wentz to lead the charge with the new head coach in Doug Peterson. Not to mention they decided to weed out what's left of Chip Kelly's exploits during his time there this close to the season. RG3's been pretty efficient though, right? Against the Eagles. Completed 63% of his passes for a 98% quarterback rating. The Eagles' motives seem shaky, so give me the Browns in week 1. Griffin's vertical passing attack leads the Browns to a 27-14 victory. I talked about the trade the Vikings dealt with the Eagles to claim Sam Bradford. For those of you who are not aware, this is all done to replace injured quarterback Teddy Bridgewater, who suffered an ACL injury last week. Now here's the kick. The Vikings will not start Sam Bradford, but will give the keys to quarterback Shaun Hill as they take on the Tennessee Titans. Quarterback Marcus Mariota and the Titans offense looks good to go, with key additions in DeMarco Murray and Alabama's standout Derrick Henry to push the running game along. But they shouldn't have a hard time against the Vikings defense that ranked in the middle of the pack last year. Tennessee doesn't get off easy either, as they have to face the NFL's best running back in Adrian Peterson coming off yet another successful season. It's hard to gauge how well Shaun Hill will play, but Mariota looks poised for success in year 2. The Titans take a giant step forward, and the combination of Murray and Henry outruns Peterson to a 23-17 victory. Speaking of the Giants, our NFC East Division match stars the G-Men as they travel to Arlington to take on my Dallas Cowboys. This game is a toss-up for a couple of reasons, and here's why. The Cowboys would have been picked to win this game, but that all died off with the broken bone in Tony Romo's back that he suffered in week 3 of the preseason against the Seahawks. And the Giants are banking on the defense they spent $200 million on, acquiring top-notch players this past offseason. Dak Prescott stunned the world with his performance in the preseason, but it's no telling how well he would do now that the opposing defense is no longer vanilla. But the Cowboys still have that monster offensive line with Ohio State rookie running back Ezekiel Elliott behind it. The Cowboys are 8-0 in season openers against the Giants with Romo's doing. And recent history shows that rookie quarterbacks haven't done so well in their first start. And the Dallas defense has, well, the Giants now have the first lead in the NFC East, 31-21. Everyone, it finally happened. The NFL's golden boy Tom Brady was finally placed in timeout. That leaves Jimmy Garoppolo and the New England Patriots to take on the Arizona Cardinals. The Cards are looking to return to form after their season ended in depressing fashion last year in the playoffs. And the Pats are just hoping to survive Tom Brady's 4-game suspension. But you can never count out a team led by Bill Belichick, right? He'll find a way to score against the Cardinals defense that ranked 5th in the league last year. But life will be a little difficult as the Pats are dealing with injuries on the offensive line. As for the Cards, they will need to establish the run with David Johnson against the Patriots defense that ranked 9th against the run to aid their high-powered passing attack. As hard as it is to count the Pats out, the Cardinals are literally holding all the cards. New England falls to Arizona, 34-13. We end things with a dose of Monday Night Football as the now Los Angeles Rams take on the San Francisco 49ers. Since we're focusing on football, I'll leave the Kaepernick sideline actions for another time. The 49ers need to figure out how their former 29th ranked run defense is going to stop Todd Gurley, who's coming off a stellar season, rushing for over 1,100 yards in 13 games. All eyes will be on quarterback Blaine Gabbert to prove he's got what it takes to run Chip Kelly's offense against a round-style defense. And Jeff Fisher will roll with Case Keenum as a starter, since rookie Jared Goff still hasn't figured it out. Coming off mid-December, the Rams have won their last 3 or 4 games, and the 49ers still look like a very weak team. The Los Angeles Rams get their first win under their old name since 1994, 20-9. Guys, it's glad to be back on the set, on the spot. Thank you guys for tuning in this year as well. Comment, rate, subscribe, drop me a like. We would greatly appreciate it. This is Mug Spot, your favorite place for everything NFL.